What the freaking heck is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Awkward Tension podcast, okay? Yes, it's gonna be a weekly thing from now on, so subscribe now so you don't miss out on any more daily content. Also, hey, never thought I would say this, but yes, the Instagram is low-key taking off at the moment. We're getting a lot of traction. Am I excited? Let me put it like this. Does that answer your question? Heck yes, I'm excited, okay? Yeah, it's been my dream so we're getting it going, but it's still not there yet. We're at like 700 followers right now, which, yes, if you think about it, it is not a lot, but if you also think about it, it is kind of a lot. Like, that's more people that follow me there than on my actual Instagram. So, like, my personal Instagram that I've had for 15 years. So, hey, right? Gotta get your name out there somehow, right? Oh, God. But I'm thinking maybe it's gonna be time to quit soon. Or they're probably going to fire me. Like, let's be so honest. But that's okay. I think that's going to be okay. But I would be sad, though, and I would honestly stage a revolt. So, yeah. Hey, new shirt unlocked. I'm loving these new shirts that you get from any thrift store. And luckily, it's not really in vogue right now to wear shirts that are like autism forward, I guess is how I would put that. So yeah, you don't have to worry because they're going to be cheap. Because, like thrift stores nowadays, it's in vogue, right? And to say, so yeah, people are going to go to the thrift store that don't need to go to the thrift store. Because what are thrift stores actually here for? They're here for poor people. They're here for people that, cannot afford X, Y, and Z to go and shop. And I think that is what they should be used for. But, hi, James here. I just bought a bunch of shirts at the thrift store, okay? Do I need to shop at the thrift store? No, but also I'm extremely frugal. Or is it frugal? Never understand that one. My dad is FOB, so it's like, he's an FOB. So, yeah. So, hey, I should address where I am right now. I'm in a vehicle, okay? It is England versus Argentina in like 30 minutes, okay? So I'm going to cut off here whenever that is and drive home and watch that game because that is huge for me. Obviously, my dad is British, hence him being an FOB, which stands for, say it with me now, everyone, fresh off the boat. Except he did move to America like 25 years ago, and also like England, America, it's pretty much the same thing, let's be real. So, yeah, so I've just been feeling like recently adulting. Just adulting and stuff. It's like kind of sad. It's just sad to be an adult. It's like, whoa, it's just, I don't know. It's just really a bummer. Like, I feel like I'm having some chemical changes in my brain where it just like makes me want to think about taxes and like the stock market and stuff. And, it is a harsh reality. And sometimes, I see these kids, they're young, they're virile, they're naive, right? And I'm like, you guys have no idea, right? What's to come. But then I'm like, okay, should I tell them? Should I tell them what's to come? But then I think, hey, when I was their age, I didn't know anything. And I'm sure all the adults around me were all depressed or, mad about being an adult. And they, kept it quiet because they don't want to ruin the whimsy of childhood, okay? because Lord knows it's whimsy, okay? It is just all whimsy from start to finish. It's like that. It's like the meme of Patrick, like in a meadow of flowers, and his mouth is open like this, you know? It's like that. So, and yes, a guy driving a car did just go past me and watch me open my mouth like that. And also, hey, not necessarily a great look to have a tripod and a camera pointing at the back of a car, because you never know what's going to be happening, especially nowadays with OnlyFans and all that. So, hey, but good thing I'll never see these people again, right? But I don't know, man. I'm just feeling like my adulting is going wrong. And it's just like, I don't want to be an adult anymore, bruh. I remember, you know, when you're a kid, you're just full of whimsy. Like, I remember I would poop in my hand, and I would, you know, eat grass and rocks and flowers, and I would throw stuff at people, and, you know, you kind of you get to be a tyrant. You get to be a monster, frankly, and you have no repercussions. But now, if I poop in my hand, you know, I get fired and written up for indecent exposure. What? Get out of here. So it's just different, kind of trying to get with the times, I guess. I am planning to do an undercover boss thing at AMC, because that I think would be really funny. So obviously I would come in with a beard and a mustache. I would say my name is something else. Let's think of a name. This is how I come up with fake names, by the way. I look around me. I scan my perimeter. Oh, I'm seeing a tree. Okay, I see that tree. What does that start with? T. Okay, so that's going to be my first name. Starts with a T. What is also on a tree? Bark. So T is my first name. B is my last name. Teresa Bridgewater. Boom. Perfect last name and first name. And that's going to be my undercover boss name. So, yeah, I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, I used to be really obsessed with, like, pickpocketing, and so, because of this show called White Collar, which is a freaking bombastic show, by the way, but I used to be so obsessed with all things white collar crime, because think about this. Imagine you're a little boy, you grow up with no stimulus, okay? You have just no stimulus. It's like you're in one of those... Is it real, those, like, padded crazy people, like, psychosis chambers, I guess is the correct word? It's like those rooms that are all padded with like, pads, white pads and stuff, for, like, the truly, truly insane amongst us. Hey, but listen, we're all a little insane, right? So let's not even get that twisted. But wait, what was I talking about? I don't know. But anyway, the psychosis chamber, I really don't remember what I was talking about. But basically, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to be really obsessed with pickpocketing, and I would bump into people. I remember specifically, because I was so proud of this moment. I was in middle school, and I had a friend, but I wouldn't really say friend, more like acquaintance. Actually, he kind of terrorized me, so he had this coming, what I did to him, and basically he had a lollipop in his pocket, and it was, like, sticking out, so, like, for lack of a better term, the head was sticking out, and of his pocket. And so I bumped into him, and I sneakily pickpocketed him. I stole the thing out from his pocket, the sucker. It was like a jawbreaker, is that what they're called? One of the ones with, like, the chocolate inside, like the toffee, whatever. And so I bump into him, I sneakily grab it, I'm like, oh, sorry, sneak that shit. Buddy ass had no idea, idiot ass loser. Go boom, boom, sneak that, take it, And then I'm like, oh, sorry, bro. Turn the other way. A smile breaks on my face. One like I've never smiled before. And I'm like, wow. Wow. I did that. And yes, I also tried to pick a church lock, because I used to be also really obsessed with lock picking. I ordered a lock pick set on Amazon, and I practiced a bunch, and yes, I picked a church lock door. And it was like 12 at night, and there was a function going on at the church, okay? And so I snuck up there, and there's like, this church is basically, it's a beautiful location, I'm not gonna lie. Despite, also though, let me just say a little side note about church and stuff. I never grew up religious. I'm not religious at all, but hey, I've met a lot of religious people recently, and they are all nice and they are all chill. Like, they're not like homophobic or anything. So I guess that is just a misconception I had. But anyway, here's what I have to say. This church is up against a rock and a hard place, okay? There's a lake, and then there's woods, and then there's a church on top of a hill, okay? It's very beautiful. And so I would sneak in through the woods, okay? Up through the woods, up through the grass, up through the pines, up through the leaves, okay? I get up to the church, and there's a function going on. And mind you, I'm not of age, but I'm like 16, I think, at this point. So I'm in my rebellious era, I think, and kind of just in a, I don't know, I guess I was just wanting to be naughty, So I kind of avoided all the people. They definitely saw me, and I remember one guy, like, saying, oh, there's a guy, is there somebody out there? And I, like, stayed quiet. Because obviously snitches get stitches. So, and then yeah, when I saw an opportunity, I went up to the door, I started picking the lock, and yeah, I got in. Hey, whatever. So yeah, but it is what it is. When you're a kid, you rebel. Because what else can you do? You live in a system where you have to wake up at 6 a.m. to go to school. And then all your teachers are mean, and you have no control. So you want to take that control back. Hey, all my youngsters out there watching, go to Amazon, order a lock picking set. Thank me later. Okay? But, yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy time to be alive right now. It's really hot where I am in Minneapolis, but I'm kind of, this is my goal, okay, you guys. I want to put Minneapolis on the map. I want to make Minneapolis a hub. I want to make, like, why can't it be a cool place that has clout and that, like, is exciting to be at? Like, it doesn't have to, like I don't know, like, why is LA or New York the only cool places that you can live in nowadays? Like, it makes no sense. And by the way, I literally just went to New York, like, I guess, like, 3 weeks ago, and hey, not gonna lie, it's not all that. Oh, I feel like if you're gonna live in New York, you need to be incredibly wealthy. Like, I'm over here, like, I was on a work trip, so I was, like, luckily, gratefully, very obviously, I'm so grateful for my opportunities. But yes, I was reimbursed, obviously, for my expenses. But that was only for like 2 days, and I was there for 3 days. So the other day, I had to spend my own money. And listen, it is freaking expensive, okay? Let me just set the scene for you. I wake up. I get on the frickin' train. It's $3 a trip. $3, okay? What? That is ridiculous, okay? When I used to live in Tokyo, okay, because that's how you say it, like, and that's another thing, can I just say really quick? I really don't like when people, are talking in English with like a normal American or English accent, and then they pronounce the word that is from a different place in the accent of the different place. For example, oh yes, I was watching the World Cup game and España won. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just say Spain, okay? I'm working myself up so much I feel like I'm going to throw up right now, okay? But what was I saying? Yes. Obviously. Frick, what was I saying? Oh my god. That's the thing with the tangents, okay? Is I really kind of lose my footing. And I'm going to try to get that back right now. Oh, yes. New York. Okay, so I'm in New York. I'm at a bodega. I'm walking into the bodega. First of all, the feeling that you get when somebody, yes, a New Yorker, at a bodega specifically, calls you boss man, okay? That's a specific feeling. That's a beautiful feeling. That it's the one that you really, you feel really good about yourself when somebody calls you boss man, especially in New York, especially by, hey, let me just say it, a guy who is probably like Middle Eastern, okay? When a Middle Eastern bodega owner says boss man to me, that is huge for me. It is huge, okay? Because it makes me feel cool, makes me feel recognized, makes me feel like I have aura. And everyone wants to feel aura. I don't care who you are. You could be the president of Liechtenstein all the way down to a lowly movie theater employee. Every single person wants to have aura. And I'm tired of people acting like they don't want to have aura or they don't want to seem cool. Everyone wants to seem cool, obviously. Like, and I realized that recently. I was like, why am I over here pretending like I don't want to seem cool? Like, obviously I want people to think I'm cool. So I think that that's just something like, yes, admit it. Like, bro, yes, you want people to think that you're cool. Now, do I care about what everyone thinks about me? Yes. Yes, I do. So, and this is at the point in the podcast where I do have to take a sip of coffee. Ooh! And do not judge me for the Starbucks cup. Listen, sometimes you need to seek reparations from the people who owe you reparations. And I used my points, and I didn't give Starbucks any money. And yes, I received a coffee. So if you think about it, I'm actually stealing resources from them so they cannot give it. Like, they are giving $6 less to Israel because of me. Okay? Just think about that next time you drink a coffee. Okay? But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough life out here, but also feeling very grateful. And the movie theater is really taking off. I'm a little nervous. Like, I don't know how to scale. I don't know how to scale things properly. But also, I want to just keep going. I want to keep pushing forward. It's kind of crazy. Like, some of these videos are really like, they're getting a lot of attention, and it's really cool. I feel nervous because I don't know if I can continue it, right? Like, I don't know if I can keep pushing forward, because it's a very specific niche that I've like carved out. It's like, and I have to go back to school, so it's like, okay, the momentum is gonna die. So I got to think about how am I gonna fix that? Like, do I just say archive up a bunch of videos and then post them when I'm gone? Do I make new videos? I feel like people don't really follow it for me, you know? So, hey, but maybe they do. Maybe they do, right? Comment down below. But, you know, the average watch time of these podcasts is 2 minutes. So it's like, after 2 minutes, people don't really care. I could say literally anything I want, I think, and nobody's going to see this. Obviously, I'm not going to do that for protective reasons. I think that this shirt is giving me allergies because I got this from the thrift store yesterday. And can I be honest with you? I didn't wash it. Now, yes, it does smell really good, so I'm assuming that they put it in the wash. It smells like really good. Like, I might have to get this deodorant or whatever they put on this. Like, that is nice. That's a nice smell. How could I describe the smell for our audio listeners? God, it's kind of like just like really nice detergent, I guess. Tide, probably. And, yeah. But, you know, listen. I know I'm probably gonna... I know that's an unpopular take, you know, to wear clothes that are unwashed from the thrift store, but you got to think about this. Who would have owned this shirt? Not a dirty person, that's for sure, right? Not a dirty person. No dirty person would have owned this shirt. So it's like, my logic is, yes, if I bought a shirt from Gap or from H&M, I would obviously wash that thrice. But that's not the case. I bought it from a thrift store, and this is obviously an extremely cool person shirt, and so I don't feel like I need to wash it. It's not about... It's also not about, like, what you guys think, right? Because it's like... But I'm also in between it in my head, because it is a little gross. Like, it's gross, and, like, thinking about my... actually, maybe it is too gross. Because, yeah, no, that is kind of gross. But also, I don't really care. Hey, don't really care. But I do. Oh, gosh. Indecision. A lot of people, I think, are realizing about me that I'm quite indecisive. And that's hard. And then I can't decide whether to talk to them about it. So then it's this whole thing, and I don't really know how to fix it, but I think that indecision... And then here's another thing, right? When you're, talking to somebody, and let me just lay out an example of the one time that I feel like indecision is totally annoying. Is when you're trying to decide where you want to go eat or where you want to go for something else, right? So you're like going to go somewhere. And the person, let's just use eating as an example. Let's say, hey, I'm with my friend. We want to go and get food, but we don't know where. I'm like, okay, where do you want to go? The friend is like, I don't really care. Where do you want to go? Don't say that. Okay? Don't say that, because that's annoying. It's hard, and then it's like, what do I say? What do I do? If I don't... So here's why I will never be indecisive in these moments, is because, hey, I'll just make a decision then, even if I don't really want to go there. Because being in a state of indecision is more painful than going and eating at a place that you're not even really a fan of, okay? So, that's my take on that. It's like, sometimes you have to just say, like, okay, I want cheeseburger, I want a lettuce wrap. You just have to say that, because if you don't say that, then we're gonna be stuck in the car for hours trying to figure out where to frickin' go. And I'm not a fan of that. I think it's annoying. And then you also try to and then you start to get in that state of like, oh, I'm psychoanalyzing what my friend wants. Okay, what does my friend want? Do they want something sweet? Do they want something salty? Do they want something umami, right? We don't know. And yeah, so that's why I will always say, if I'm in a situation where we don't know where to eat, I'm just going to say something. Okay? Because that's how I roll. That is how I roll. So my mom is calling me right now, and I wonder if what's gonna happen with the audio, because I'm recording the audio on my phone because I forgot my microphone. Okay, so let's see if this continued. Okay, I guess it continued, but I'm not sure. But hey, listen, I'm in a car. It's 90 degrees outside. I'm boiling hot right now. And yeah, but the one thing I hear here, I'll just finish this terrible, terrible podcast with one thing. I want to put Minneapolis on the map as a place that has stuff going on, as a place that is funny, as a place that has talented people that are fun and like do things that are exciting. I want to be the person to put Minneapolis on the map, because Minneapolis is a great place. It's very cool. There's 3 lakes right in the center of Minneapolis. It's a very, very cool place to live, okay? And if it was more of an epicenter for creation and for creative, funny people to be, I think that would make everyone would be better for it. I think that Minneapolis would be better for it. I think that somebody needs to start it by just doing something and trying to get Minneapolis there, okay? Because Minneapolis deserves to be a place that has things going on, that has movies, that has television, that has studios. There's no reason why we can't have all of that. Property, it's cheaper to shoot stuff here, to have a studio here than anywhere else, okay? Pretty much. Besides for Montana or, some other place that is dead AF. But Montana's so beautiful. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I want to be the person to put Minneapolis on the map. I want to be funny here. Okay? So if you know anyone that, wants to collab here in Minneapolis, wants to do something, especially if you know a Michael Jackson impersonator, that would be huge for me. Because, yes, I'm planning to collaborate with a Michael Jackson impersonator at a movie theater, which I think would be great, and he could watch his own movie. Like, imagine Michael Jackson watching his own movie and reenacting the part. And then he could say, no, this isn't what happened. This is what happened, right? So I want that. And I want to facilitate a bunch of funny and creative people, right? So I think, you gotta start somewhere, okay? There's no reason why Minneapolis cannot be an epicenter, okay? There's no reason why. Atlanta, what the frick does Atlanta have? It's hot as hell all the time, and they're like, they do stuff. But it's probably way more expensive, and I'm not okay with that, frankly. I'm not okay. I did live in Atlanta for a year, and it was really expensive. There was a lot of movie stuff happening, and I'm just confused about it. Like, why? Why don't we do stuff here? It's way cheaper here to do everything. So that's the vibe of what I have to say at this podcast. Obviously, LA, New York, look out, I'm coming for you, but generally I have to say, listen, Minneapolis has a place to do things too. Minneapolis is where I'm going to put Minneapolis on the map. So, hey, maybe I'll make a social media video about Minneapolis and say, this is why it's so cool. Okay. Well, thank you for listening. Bear with me as I kind of get back to my podcasting ways. It's kind of hard to do this without another person, though, because then you end up just talking, and it's like, I think that it's a much more specific type of audience that this would require, rather than 2 people talking. But, hey, if anyone wants to be a podcast co-host with me, HMU, which stands for Hit Me Up. Thank you for watching. And if you made it this far, comment 12 down below. Thank you, and good night.